We looked at a circuit panel box, a circuit breaker box in our previous video. This is a circuit breaker. This is a 2-pole circuit breaker. As you can see, the wires would go in through here and you would screw down, tighten the wires in. It would clip into the box on one side and snap in like that. Towards the middle would be on. Towards that way would be off. Midpoint is what's called tripped. If you come in and the breaker is tripped, you have to turn it all the way off before you turn it all the way on. Before you do that, there is a reason that that breaker was tripped. Either it has been shorted, which means the current flow through the breaker for some reason was greater than the rated amperage. That can either be a number of reasons. A short to ground, which means an uncontrolled current flow. There could be the motor that this supplies voltage to could be binding up. The pressures could be high on the compressor, something like that that caused it to trip. Before you reset this breaker and turn it on, go to the unit and check it out with your ohm meter and find out whether or not you have a short to ground. You don't want to trip that breaker and reset it, or reset the breaker and then power it up, turning it on, and then have power going to the unit if there's a problem out there like a short. That could be a dangerous situation. So, again, this is a 2-pole breaker. You can see by these numbers right here on the arm itself, this says 30, and that is its rated amperage. It is a 30 amp 2-pole breaker. This is a single pole breaker. You can see the difference in size. Okay. This would only have 120 volts going through it. As you can see, it's slightly different. It would clip in and then snap in just the same as the other does. This is a 20 amp breaker. You can see that number right there. This particular one has a window, and if I hold it at the right angle, you can see an orange reddish flag in there. If this was in the tripped position, that would be very visible through that window. There would be no doubt that this was tripped. Remember, to reset a breaker that's in the tripped position, you must turn it all the way off and then turn it on. You cannot go directly to on from the tripped position. I can't emphasize this enough. If the breaker is tripped for any reason, find out why with your ohm meter before you try to energize the circuit, for your safety and the safety of others. Find out why the breaker was tripped by using your ohm meter before you reset and energize that circuit.